Hello and welcome back to more Rayman 2, The Great Escape. I'm DJ the Scrub, and last time we crash landed into the Woods of Light. This time, we'll be diving on into the Fairy Glade and saving Lee. Jumping right on in, we can see there are 50 lungs and 7 cages. Typically, every single level is going to have 50 lungs. There's only two exceptions, Woods of Light and the final level. So now, as we dive into the water, we use the lock-on strafe button to sink down, press the A button to rise up, and the left stick to move. Swimming controls sound awkward or not quite Mario 64, but they feel good when you wrap your head around it. Gonna pop that cage and start making our way back up, collecting blue lumps as we go that refill our air supply, so then we don't, drown. Making our way back up, we are going to jump out of the water and bounce on this mushroom to jump up here. Starting hanging from the ledge, well, from the vines, and just making our way across. Just slowly but surely. We could drop down right now using the helicopter hair by double tapping the jump button. And just ran past the tutorial, but it's pretty simple, all things considered. This water is piranha infested. Most of the water in this game is going to be piranha infested, so there's not going to be a whole lot of swimming. There is one stage that has a lot of swimming later on. That's actually pretty cool. So we'll see that. Now we hit that switch and can now make our way forward throughout the level. Whenever you hear that creaking, like the little creaking of the metal when the helps, there is a cage nearby. Every time you destroy a cage, a number appears on the center of the screen, tells you how many cages you have smashed open. For every 10 cages you smash, your health bar extends. So yeah, hurry up, Rayman! Be back with the glow box picture instead of like one for the kids. Green lums are checkpoints, so if you fall into, let's say, piranha-infested waters, you'll respawn there instead of at the back at the start of the stage. All right, yeah, I'm back now. I'm probably just gonna cut all that out. So yeah. Anyways, jumping up here, I'm just pulling up my notes just so I know what how many lums I need in order to before I leave an area. Anyways, we glided all the way over there and started riding on the sparrow because there are lums over here. There's a lum right there, and now we have 9. We can now, that is all the lums in this first area, and we can now progress to the next. Jumping all over this toxic machine. This machine pumping chemicals into the waters that I don't know what they do to. They turn the freaking frogs blue. Anyways, in here we got this guy that's just easy to take care of. He keeps on respawning from that hole. But anyways, we're gonna go over here and start climbing up this tree. Just gonna keep on climbing straight up and out. And now we just begin to slide down. The slide controls are pretty weird, but like pretty weird. They're a little bit more slippery than like in other games, but not quite that bad. Anyways, just gotta wait for this piranha to stop jumping. Now, as we make our way down, this is our only lum in this stage, in this area. But you may hear that there is a cage around here. We're not going to be able to get that cage or fully complete this level on this visit. But we'll be back. We'll be back like later on in the game. And now we have our first encounter with the Robo Pirates, the main antagonist of this game. We're just going to ignore that guy for the time being and go through this little secret area over here. This is a really cool part about Rayman 2. And I just walked straight into the piranha-infested waters. But this is just a kind of a cool little thing about Rayman 2. The levels are fairly chunky, but they aren't, like, they're filled with a lot of secret areas. Like, if you're just running straight to the end, you're going to be missing so much of, like, the cool little secret areas in this game. This area is completely optional. This little area that I'm in right now. Well, room. These red looms start flashing because they're on a timer. Get all of them and you, like, refill large chunks of your health. Smashing this cage gets us a big lum that is worth 5. Uh, and then just a little lum right over there. And use the helicopter. There isn't fall damage in this version of the game, but there are in some versions. It's kind of weird. This kind of brings me talking about the 3DS version because you don't take damage when falling down, when falling, taking fall damage in that game. In fact, whenever you die, you respawn with all of your health in that version. Again, the 3DS version sucks. And don't ask me how I know it's bad. It's the first version of the of Rayman 2 that I played. No, why did I start falling that far? No! Oh my gosh, I'm sucking right now. Just dodging all these barrels. Oh no! Come on, throw the ledge. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Now there's a little switch up there that will dismantle that laser gate right there. So we have to find a way around to destroy that. There's secrets in the area. There's a good chance you'll take one. Move around in combat. Press the strafe button. Now, this will allow you to keep your enemy targeted. Make it easier to avoid their shots. Holding down the strafe button, typically you want to eat like the left trigger. Allows you to strafe around while locked on. I am locked on. You just have to trust that you're locked on. But it's pretty obvious to know that you're locked on and when you're not, so... But it doesn't highlight your enemies like every single Zelda game does. Every single 3D Zelda game does. But yeah, combat is pretty simple, but it is projectile based, so it does have a little bit of like a little bit of decision making and platforming. A little bit of running and jumping to avoid the guys. Anyways, here is a powdered head. We just go near them to pick them up automatically. And then you could just press the jump button to chuck them straight up into the air, or press the shoot button to throw it forward, blowing up those metallic X marks. Anyways, we destroyed that. Well, that cage, and now we get to move on to the next area. Next part of the level. Over here, there are 2 hidden lums, little yellow lums right here. Easy to forget about those. And drop down here, hit that switch, bounce on the platform, avoiding getting hit by that laser thing enough times to just bounce up here. So then we could just progress. I usually take damage on that laser grid, so... And you don't take that much damage in this game. Like, this game's pretty generous with health. Like, defeating a Robo Pirate like always gives you a red lum and which will heal you, and like obstacles don't do that much damage, so you're not really severely punished for playing poorly, but you know, still avoid getting hit. Now we drop down here and there's Lee. Free me, Rayman. Find the machine and destroy it. Now we have to go through here and now, boom. Here's the machine Lee was talking about. This big old generator. Pirates are going to start shooting homing bombs right towards us that we just need to destroy with our shots. Um, Throwing at the barrel. Yeah, just throw at the barrel and in order to make your shots, and then yeah, there you go. Auto aim is fairly generous. Like there is a little bit of auto aim here when shooting your shots, so like it's pretty nice. I almost completely dropped that, so yeet! Boom. That is another patch down. Only one more to go. Pass that up. Throw that out. And now, yeet! That's everything. Lee, are you okay? Oh, Rayman, at last. I was afraid Glowbox had failed. He gave me the silver lung, but we got separated. I need to find him and get rid of the pirates. But to do that, I'll need all of my powers. I am too weak to give you back all your powers. They broke the primordial energy core into 1,000 lungs. By combining the energy has become very difficult. But there may be another solution. Have you ever heard of Colocus? No. He is the spirit of the world. His power is immense. He could help you defeat the pirates. Unfortunately, he has been sleeping for many years. But there is a legend which says he can be awakened if you reunite the four masks. The four masks? These masks are magical and very powerful. They are hidden in secret and mysterious places. Find them, Rayman. It's our only hope. I'll help you by giving you all the energy I have gathered. Ooh. Good luck, Rayman. You can grab onto the purple lungs. We get yet a new ability. So they kind of cheat and give it to you early so they don't have to design areas beforehand for you to backtrack to. We can now shoot purple lungs to now swing on them. A returning ability from Rayman 1. I mean, most of the abilities here are from Rayman 1, but yeah. You don't really need to know anything about Rayman 1 in order to like play this game, to play or enjoy this game. It is like a lot of the Rayman games are pretty much self-isolated, which is why I'm starting with the second one and not going to the first one. I am not Let's Playing Rayman 1 because that game is if you played Rayman 1, you know that game's like pretty well, not bad, but it's rough. Anyways, gonna keep on shooting this pirate. Smash the cage next to him, and get our prize. Gonna just drop on down and just continue along our way. Now, in this room, we got these big gusts of wind. And Murphy's gonna tell us that we could use them to fly. Probably not gonna see these much often anywhere else in this game. I think at all. But still, this is a cool little area towards the end of this pretty massive level. Uh like for our first real level, this level is pretty long. Which is going to be quite funny because like I mean a lot of levels in this game are quite long. But the next level is going to be pretty short, so we're not going to be spending much time with the next level. It's kind of flying our way up, collecting the yellow lumps as we go. I think either in the Dreamcast version of the game, they added in a new pirate that you fight down there. It was difficult fights for so early on, but it's not that bad. Though the 3DS version, again, like it's in the 3DS version as well. Uh, yeah, it's kind of a weird fight to have this early on, but yeah. Most of the fights in this game aren't that hard, so yeah. It's not going to be like the end of the world to get all. Now, grab onto this purple lung, swing all the way across. Now, we're at the end of the level. Smash this cage, and the last cage is always going to be a teensy. Well, not all the time. There are a few exceptions, but usually you are going to be forced to smash at least one cage per stage. Now, we warp out! And we didn't get everything. Whoops. Oh, those are big. Oof. I can tell that this game is not meant to be seen on a screen this large. Well, uh, old PC games, everybody! Anyways, that is going to be it for this episode of Rayman 2. Next time, we'll be going into the marshes of awakening and we'll be seeing what this friend is all about. See you guys then.